Hi, welcome to the America's Grow Farm to Fork Kitchen. I'm Shauna Alvarez, the executive chef, and we're here with this month's ComMITT Kit. Pan-seared pork with mushrooms and onions and sauteed broccoli. This ComMITT Kit is really all about simple technique and getting food on the table quickly, which is something I look for every day of the week, but especially at this time of year. You can take the technique of this one pan dinner and you can really swap out the ingredients to make it anything you want. What I really want to focus on today is showing you how to use one pan, one knife, and a combination of ingredients to get some protein, a sauce, and a side on a plate in a pretty quick amount of time. Today we're doing pork chops because they were on sale, and broccoli with a sauce of mushroom and onions, but you could use chicken in place of the pork, green beans in place of the broccoli, take the mushrooms out. It's really up to you. This is also a really interesting technique for reusing leftovers. So if you have cooked chicken breasts already, you can warm them up using the technique I'm using to cook the pork and sort of breathe new life into leftovers. All right, let's get cooking. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is season our pork, and today I'm just doing a really basic combination of salt and pepper and garlic powder. We'll set that aside. We'll cut up our onion into slices. And we're gonna cut the broccoli, so sometimes you have to cut the end off if it's kind of dried out. So cut it into bite-sized pieces, and that means something different for every family. And I always keep the stem in because I like the texture of it and it's just super nutritious. So this meal comes together really quickly, and so it's very important to prep everything before you start cooking because you just want to be ready to go. Today I have sliced mushrooms because that was the best option for me at the grocery store today. But if you have whole mushrooms, take a paper towel, a moist paper towel, wipe the dirt off, and just slice them quickly with a knife. We're gonna add a couple of tablespoons of oil to the pan and get it nice and hot. And then we're gonna add our seasoned pork to the pan. Let it cook undisturbed for 3 to 6 minutes on each side. It depends how thick your pork chops are. So you wanna peek at your pork, and if you see it starting to get a nice brown color, that's when it's about time to flip it over and let it cook on the other side until it's cooked all the way through. If you have a meat thermometer, we're looking for 160 degrees. These are pretty thin, they cook pretty quickly. So that's one of the things that's great about cut pork chops. So our pork is done. We're gonna take it out of the pan and put it on a plate and set aside. We're gonna turn the heat down and add our onions and our mushrooms. You can use any kind of onions, sweet onion, red onion, shallots. We're gonna cook it in the olive oil and sort of the juices from the pork. We're gonna add a lot of flavor. I'm gonna season with salt and pepper, some garlic powder. You can add fresh garlic instead if you have it. And then oregano and parsley, dried or fresh. All right, so these have been cooking for about 10 to 12 minutes. They are slightly caramelized and brown. The onions are nice and soft. It smells really, really good in here. So we are gonna take this mixture and we're gonna put it on the pork that we cooked earlier to hang out for a little bit. We're gonna add the broccoli to the pan, season it with a little bit of salt, about a quarter teaspoon, some garlic powder or fresh garlic. We're gonna add about a quarter cup of water, turn the heat up to medium, and then make sure you're getting all of the little caramelized bits from cooking the pork and the onions. That's all flavor. And we're gonna cook this until the broccoli turns bright green, and we're done. So your broccoli's all done and you realize your pork has gotten a little cold while it's been cooking. You can just put everything back in the pan for a few minutes to warm it through, and then you'll be ready to serve dinner. All right, so we're all done. We have the pan-seared pork chops with mushrooms and onions and sauteed broccoli, all made in the same pan, so very easy cleanup. Remember, this is totally adaptable. Switch out your veggies, switch out your protein, depending on what you like. So I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I look forward to seeing you next time.